Hey, everybody. Welcome back, Travel Fam. We are coming to you live tonight. Um, we, what? Okay. I've had so many technical difficulties tonight. So I thought I was live and I was chatting. And then my husband was like, "You're not really live." Okay. He sees it now. We're good. Awesome. All right. Starting over. Welcome back, Travel Fam. We are very excited to hang out tonight, and we wanted to talk about planning your first trip to Paris. So, we recently came back from Paris, and we actually filmed a series called the Paris Diaries, and the first episode launched today. Whoop, whoop. And we are very excited to share everything with you guys of everything we learned during the trip, all of our kind of tips and tricks and whatnot. So, we thought it would be fun. We get a lot of questions about how we plan our visit and all things Paris. And so we wanted to take a moment and just kind of go through everything with you guys tonight, answer questions, share things that have helped us throughout, this trip and various other trips. And then as the grand finale, do a little rapid fire game of this or that. So, and we definitely want you guys involved in that as well. So that'll be super fun. We'll drop emojis into the comments and we'll go from there. So if you're planning a trip to Paris or Paris has always been on your bucket list, stick around and let's get into it. Oh, and fair point. If you have any questions that come up kind of during the chat or throughout the night, feel free to just drop them in the comments and we can pivot based on kind of what the mood and the vibe is and where everybody's questions really are. Okay. All right. So, one of the biggest questions we get is what is the best time of year to visit Paris? Now, I think a lot of that is very personal preference in terms of like what you're looking for, what type of vibe you're going for, what type of trip you want to plan. But if we break it down, kind of seasonality, right? So, spring is absolutely beautiful weather. The flowers are blooming. It's great for walks, outdoor cafes. It just is a really pleasant time of year. It's not too hot. You really get to enjoy kind of all the vibes and just getting lost in exploring Paris. So that's definitely a great time of year. Summer, you get longer daylight hours, which is always a plus when you're on vacation, right? Get the most out of your time there. There's lots of events, a lot of free events that you can take advantage of as well, but it can be more crowded and sometimes kind of hot, right? So there's definitely kind of like pluses and minuses with that approach. Um, Fall is absolutely kind of one of the most underrated times of year, in our opinion. There's fewer crowds, absolutely beautiful scenery. Um, and the weather is just pretty great. And then, like I said, fewer crowds. Right up there in terms of underrated is winter. And this might be a personal preference in terms of winter being high on the list, but hear me out for a second. So, we really enjoy going in the winter for a couple of key reasons. One, it's, kind of in the off season, there's not a lot of tourists there. So there's fewer crowds and you really get to embrace that kind of more organic Paris vibe, little more local. And you just get the authentic Paris. Now, winter does come with more logistics, right? Like we were just there a couple of weeks ago and actually, this is the second time. The last two times we've been in Paris have both been in that mid-February. And you kind of get a mixed bag. So some days it's snowing, some days it's raining, some days the weather is beautiful. It can be cold, it can be pleasant. So logistically, there could be a little bit more to it. But again, if you want that more authentic Paris vibe and fewer crowds, it's a really great option. And my has some the kitty cat is jumping on the table that's holding the camera and like moving everything around. So we're kind of discoing it up. Sorry. Okay. So those are kind of our favorite times, or those are kind of the best times of year broken down by season. But drop a note in the chat. Like, when is y'all's favorite time to go to Paris, or based on kind of the seasons and how we broke it out from our perspective, which would be your favorite time to go? Anybody else like winter? Are you guys thinking more like October, fall, spring? I love Paris in the winter. Yes, us too. Us too. Love it in the winter. I feel like in the winter too, you really get to embrace like all the fashion, right? Like all the layers, the coats, the hats, the gloves. Like it's just, I don't know. For like a fashion girly, I think it makes it really fun too. And it's just so romantic. Okay. Let's see, we else. Oh, we got another vote for winner. Okay. I love it. So we'll all be hanging out in Paris together come winter time. All right. So we can pivot a little bit and talk through kind of planning your itinerary, right? So if this is your first time visiting Paris or planning a trip for Paris, like planning is really key. So, I mean, and that would be with any trip, right? So the more planning you do up front really helps lead like a really, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, but that old saying, right, of like 10 minutes worth of planning is worth hours worth of work, right? So put the time in up front, really figure out what your goal is, what you want to do. If you're first time visiting Paris, our recommendation would really be to try to strike that balance between visiting the iconic landmarks, but then also leave yourself time to explore and just simply get lost and find your loves in the city, right? And like what Paris means to you. You can see 1,000 things on TikTok of like, these are the viral things and these are the things that you must go do. Definitely don't fall into that trap, right? Paris is not a one size fits all. Um, so I would say like there's definitely some iconic things, right? You got the Eiffel Tower, you've got the museums, you got Montmartre, but also like don't forget about the cafes. And I and A and I, sorry, A and I would absolutely recommend like don't go to like everybody goes to like some of the most popular ones and gets the hot chocolate and stuff like that. But you can go a little bit off into some of the neighborhoods and the various arrondissements and find just the cafe that works for you, right? And probably at a fraction of the price. Um, we really like that kind of slow down experience in Paris, wandering the city, finding our favorite spots, cafes, walking along the scene, wandering different neighborhoods. I would definitely say a big tip too to think about is that like Paris is not a one-time trip. It's not something that you can see everything of, right? So don't go in there and think that you need to rip and run to see it all because you absolutely can spend a month in Paris and not see everything that it has to offer. So it's okay to figure out like where you want to go and figure things out. Some important planning things to think about, right, is not all the museums are open every day. Um, if you want to see certain things, you can plan kind of in that same area, right? So, like, if you want to see the opera house and kind of that area, like, these are the things I can get lost and do things around here. And then I can spend time in the third artist month or something like that a different day. So, just kind of think through what are the different logistics so you can plan it out and go from there. And quick reminder, so our new series did just drop today, first episode, and we've got a bunch of episodes coming over the next couple weeks, and we definitely show some of our different favorite spots of Paris. We go to some of the hot spots that are big on social media, and then we also kind of share out some of the spots that we honestly just stumbled into, right, by walking from here to there. All right, next up, hotels and where to stay. So, where you stay in Paris really does shape your experience. So, definitely something to think about. And I think there's a lot of great tips out there that can let you know, like, hey, if you're looking for this, then you want to stay in this arrondissement. If you want to stay here, you want to do this. For central access, we've stayed right at the Paris Marriott Opera Ambassador. Um, it's a great area to consider. It's in the Opera District, La Marais, Saint Germain. It's near the Seine. Like it's a great location, especially for a first time visit where you're very kind of central to a lot of the key things. Staying somewhere walkable definitely makes exploring a lot easier. Um, Ubers are absolutely very easy to grab in Paris, so that definitely is an option. But Paris traffic is horrendous. So what looks like, oh, that's only a couple miles on the map could still take you 35 or 40 minutes in an Uber ride. So just something to kind of keep in mind, logistics when you're planning and where you want to stay. We've also stayed a couple different times on like the Champs-Élysées at the Marriott right there, which is, steps from, okay, my French is really bad, but steps from the Arc de Triomphe. And that's another wonderful area where you can get a lot of the kind of big shopping and things like that. So lots of different areas. all sorts of different options. Um, I'd love to kind of get a thought from you guys. What do you guys prefer? Do you prefer like the big hotels or are you more into the boutique style hotel? Does anybody have any thoughts or preferences or any experience with staying at some of the different properties in Paris? Marriott for life. Yes, us too. Us too. We are Marriott girlies as well. We've stayed at quite a few of the Marriotts. And in our upcoming series, we're actually going to do and not do, but we're going to share reviews of each of the Marriott properties we stayed at this time. We kind of bounced around a lot. So we'll share those reviews and give you guys our honest feedback of the different properties, what they had to offer, location, things like that, and just where they ranked kind of on our list of would we do them again or would we not? And some of these properties we have stayed at multiple times. We've also stayed at some boutique hotels in Paris that are just iconic and gorgeous. So it really just kind of comes down to what are you looking to accomplish, right? Is it location? Is it vibes and luxury? Is it something authentic? And we typically, quite honestly, balance out, and this is where A really thrives. We try to balance out like what are we looking for out of this hotel? Like, if are we going for just vibes, or are we looking for something to kind of stretch our dollar a little bit more, or use our points? And where's the biggest like point value? So where it might have been a more expensive hotel, but the point value was the same as a like less cash per night hotel, we'll take the more expensive one. So if you guys are ever interested in kind of exploring that and learning a little bit more of how we navigate through some of that, which is how we make a lot of our trips really affordable, right? Like we're very prescriptive about where we apply our points, where we use them, where we spend cash to, accomplish different things. If that's ever anything that you guys want to learn more about, definitely drop a note in the comments, let us know, and we can work on putting something together that really shares our approach to how we explore some of those things. All right. So, next up, kind of on the list that we wanted to talk through was food and cafe culture. So, one of the best parts of visiting Paris is absolutely the cafe culture. They're literally on every corner, absolutely everywhere. Um, Simple experiences that feel very Parisian are like morning croissants and coffee on the sidewalk on the street cafe. I Before we went to Paris, I was like, "No, it's just in the movies, it's not real." And I think you've seen it in, like, I watched season 1 of, like, Emily in Paris, where they have all the cafes that are, like all the tables that are, like, turned out, and the chairs are only on this side, so, like, everybody's, like, turned out people watching, and I was like, "Is that really a thing?" It's really a thing. They're literally like, all the cafes just have tables lined everywhere, and I think it's so neat as, like, a constant reminder to just, like, sit and be and watch the city and become a part of like the movement of the city or people watch or whatever it works for you, right? But take that slow down. So the cafe culture is really big in Paris. Um, let's see here. So I'm gonna get distracted. I made some notes and made some notes ahead of time. So I want to make sure that I don't get distracted and forget anything. So kind of something we already kind of talked on earlier, right? Is that like we did visit Lodere, which is that really famous macaroon place, and they have this exquisite brunch. Um, Sometimes what we see out on social media doesn't maybe necessarily fit your vibe. Like that restaurant was really, really gorgeous, and we share it in one of the upcoming episodes. I think there might be some previews in the episode we dropped tonight, and then I think we share more in a later episode. But we've really found that a lot of the viral stuff didn't end up being the thing that we wanted to remember most about the trip. So definitely something to consider and explore kind of some of the different things. The our experience has been really the best meals we have found are when we're really wondering and discovering, right? So when we kind of go into the neighborhoods, there's literally not a bad restaurant anywhere. We have found and heard from others as well, like both local Parisians and kind of like other travelers, that the closer you are to some of the tourist spots, there's a little bit more of that like kind of tourist trap. The restaurants aren't as great. Sometimes the service is not fabulous. But in our experience, when we've gotten kind of a little bit further away from the tourist traps, service is amazing. Food is exquisite. I don't think we've had a bad meal. Everything we try is just absolutely amazing. You want more of it. It's so good, and you just melt into the whole experience, and you just wanna sit at the cafe and have a cup of tea or a latte and just enjoy. So, definitely don't be afraid to go and explore in the different neighborhoods and find which neighborhood and which area is your favorite, and then you'll have to come back and let us know, which of the neighborhoods, you guys really like, and we can chit chat about those, and maybe you guys can tell us something or someplace that we haven't been that we need to go check out as well. Okay, next little piece that we do get asked about a lot, because as you guys know, in addition to being Marriott girlies, we are Disney girls, and we love Disney, and we love the elevated kind of experience of Disney and the whimsical and the magical and all the fun. So adding Disney to a Paris trip seemed amazing. But I'm going to leave that as a cliffhanger for right now, and we'll come back to it. So we will talk all things Disney as the series continues. So we'll put a pin in that one for now and coming back to it. All right. Travel tips for first time visitors. So, walk as much as possible. If walking doesn't work for you, like we said earlier, there is public transportation, there's Ubers, it's easy to grab them, but it's just so easy to just walk through the city, explore, get lost, leave yourself that time to wander. You want to visit major attractions either super early or super late. The Louvre gets a lot easier to experience the later in the evening you get. So that's another trip. Like if you don't want to, like that can be a huge time component by standing and waiting. You want to experience those things, but you don't want to give up half a day for it. So kind of look at where you can go earlier or later to, counteract some of those crowds. Let's see here. Definitely make time for cafes. I think we've said that a couple times, so pretty sure you guys know where that ranks on our list of things, right? We're all about the quiet moments and just exploring, and that's really what this vlog series that we just dropped today is really all about, right? It's about slowing down, focusing on the moments, letting the city just be a part of you. So I can't wait to see what you guys think of it. Um, Yeah. Paris is just it is definitely one of those cities that you can slow down in it and you don't feel bad about it. You don't have to rip and run the whole time. You really can just sit and be and enjoy and have the most fabulous time. Um, okay, questions. Is there anything that we didn't get to? Number one question about traveling to Paris that we missed or we didn't bring up that we can chat through now or we can bring up in a future session? What do we got? Let's see here. So, I've got a question for you guys since it's quiet in the chat. So, what is your favorite time to visit Paris or go and explore? Like, are you a morning girl or sorry, that wasn't fair. Are you a morning person or an evening person? Um, I know that A is not here, but I feel really confident because we've talked about this before that I can answer for both of us, right? So, I I like both because they offer different things, but I'm probably more of the early morning girl. I like to get up and like experience the city while it's quiet and just like hit the ground running. I'm also very guilty of overscheduling and wanting to rip and run through the city. Um, A is probably definitely the experience the city at night kind of girly. Um, so I don't know. We'll see. Um, okay, so let's see here. Oh, hang on. We have a new question. I've heard the tower sparkles. Yes, it does. So the tower does actually sparkle. The Eiffel Tower does actually sparkle at night, but keep in mind, it does not sparkle like the entire time. It sparkles for 10 minutes on the hour, every hour. So if you think you're going to go out and stand for a picture or whatever, and you're at the end of the 10 minutes, like you're going to be waiting for that next hour to get it in the background. So just want to call that out, let you guys know. That's a really great question. Okay, let's see here. All right. This has been really fun. If you want to see any of our actual experiences, like I said, the new series dropped today, and we'll be sharing everything from cafes, museums, Disneyland Paris, and all the things. So you guys make sure to stay subscribed and have notifications on so we don't miss a thing. But before we go, we do have one last thing. So as you remember at the beginning, we did say that we wanted to play Paris Rapid Fire Edition. So who's ready? Everybody? Somebody? Anybody? Everybody ready to play? Okay, I've got some interest. All right. Okay, so here we go. So, Travel Fam, we're going to play Paris Rapid Fire. And I'm going to give you two options, and you have to choose one and put your answer in the chat. Don't overthink it, just drop your answer. And you can use emojis. We can see who has the best emoji, or use words, but let's just keep it fun. Rapid fire, don't think about it. So here we go. Let's get the questions up. We've got up first. All right. Oops, kind of previewed that one wrong, right? All right, so round one. Morning in Paris or night in Paris? So go into the chat and just type morning or night or pick an emoji that works, and we'll see where the consensus is. Okay, we've got a couple mornings. We'll give folks a second to answer. Oh, we've got a nighttime. Okay, so it's a little bit split right now, which makes sense. I think the different times of day really offer so many different things. Like, it is really hard to choose. So hats off to everybody who was able to pick one side or the other, because morning and night absolutely choose different 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 experiences for sure, right? So, like I said, I'm probably the morning side. He's probably the evening side, but I'm an early riser on vacation only and not for any other time in my life. So, um, all right. So I'm going to vote morning for myself. Okay. Next, we have croissants or macarons. So you can either type croissant or macaroon. I know it's another like really tough choice. So you guys are gonna have to decide. Come on, rapid fire. All right. Oh, we've got one for croissant. Okay. All right. Who else? Ooh, I've got one for macaroons. Are there no other foodies here? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and throw mine out there. Mine's macaroon, hands down. Um, and there's no better place to get macaroons than Paris. So, all right. We'll see if the foodies come next time and we can get a little bit more of a debate going back and forth. All right. So, next question, round 4. All right. Oh, we had one more last entry for macaroons. Okay, so the macaroons have it. All right, round 4. Everybody ready? Montmere views or Riverwalk along the Seine? So in the chat, the options are Montmere or Seine. Which ones do you guys prefer? Scenic views or relaxed walking and vibes? I guess they both have vibes. So, okay. First up, we've got Riverwalk. Oh, Montmere. I love it. I love it. I think that's my favorite too. I think I'd have to choose that one. But seeing all the arts along the river is really pretty too. And I have on my bucket list to do a river cruise. So I don't know if anybody else has done a river cruise down the Seine, but that is something that is on my bucket list for another time. So if anybody's done one, let me know what you guys thought. Worth it, not worth it. Okay. We are going to keep this party moving. So round 5, we've got designer shopping or vintage flea markets. So options in the chat, designer or vintage. So while you guys are voting, like I'll share. We do a lot of both. We love we love the luxury glamorous shopping. We love all the hidden Parisian kind of local brands, and then the flea markets. We had really high hopes of doing the flea markets this past trip, and had kind of planned a whole segment of our day around it, and it ended up not working because it was snowing. But that's on my list. I am determined to go to a Paris flea market and find more like I can't do the signs or more silver pieces and things like that. I think that would be so cool to bring back different stories and pieces. Um, okay. Let's see here. We're split again. Gosh, guys, we're down the mix, right? We got half vintage in the comments and we've got half designer. So I love it. We've got a good balanced mix, right? All right. Okay. Round 6. Boutique Paris hotel or luxury hotel. So option in the comments, you can hit boutique or luxury. I know it's hard. They offer such different experiences, and Paris has great options for both. All right. First up, first one in we've got is for luxury. Another luxury. Love it. Love it. Yes. I mean, out of fairness, I think some of the boutique hotels can be really luxury too, but it's just really what you're looking for. All right. The luxuries have it in that round. Another entry for luxury. Okay. Round 7, we're coming to the end. Don't lose steam. Okay. So, pastry breakfast. Blah, blah, blah. Try again. Pastry breakfast or champagne dinner. So, in the comments, your options are pastry or champagne. Pastry or champagne? Pastry breakfast or champagne dinner? Okay, we've got a couple for champagne. Oh, one for Brecky. Okay. Love it. I'm champagne dinner hands down. So, all right, the champagnes have that one, but Paris is definitely a good spot for breakfast. All right, round 8. Photo shoot at the Eiffel Tower or hidden Paris streets. Where are you doing your photo shoot? Popular tourist spot, Eiffel Tower, or hidden Paris streets. So options are Eiffel or streets. Okay. First up, we've got Eiffel. I love it. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong at all, especially if you have a great photographer. There are some really fabulous photographers in Paris. We have our favorite photographer there that we've used a couple times, and she's amazing. And we can't wait to show some of our photos with her, and we'll link her information as well. So if anybody's traveling and wants to do some photos, we absolutely love and recommend her. All right. Okay, this is our first one that has been unanimous, right? Everybody is going Eiffel Tower. So that's super exciting. And I'll be honest, I think doing a photo shoot on vacation is one of the best decisions that I ever made. And we've started doing them regularly. So like I said, we have a photographer that we always use in Paris. And this time, as part of our diary series, we actually filmed a behind the scenes with our photographer so that we can share with you guys kind of like the whole experience and you can really know what you're getting into. So, that's coming up in our series. Like I said, the first episode just dropped today. So you can see it out on our channel. And then we've got a couple weeks of episodes coming with all the different experiences. I think the photo shoot is in our day 6. So make sure you've got notifications on and you're subscribed so that when they're popping up, you don't miss it. Okay. Rapid fire. Let's get back to it. All right. Round 10. First trip to Paris. Are you going to the Louvre or are you going to the Eiffel Tower? So options in the comments, Louvre, Eiffel. Oh, the Eiffel's half it again. The Eiffels are coming in hot. I mean, how do you not, right? Like, it's so iconic, and you definitely wanna go see it sparkle at night. I think that is just the most magical moment is seeing it sparkle, or, like, when you're in the Uber, you just look by and you're like, "Oh, look, there she is. There she is." We're just, like, going by, and there's the Eiffel Tower in Paris. It's romantic and so beautiful. It just feels like you're in a movie set. Um, okay. I think I might be Eiffel Tower as well. So I wasn't sure, but that was my rapid fire response. So Eiffel Tower. All right. That was the first 10 rounds. So now we've got the lightning round. So, okay, I want you guys to answer as fast as possible. Ready? Is everybody ready? We're going to go rapid fire super fast. Croissant or baguette? Coffee or hot chocolate? Sunrise photos or sunset photos? River cruise or walking tour? I know it was really fast. That's why it's the lightning round. So we've got some for sunrise, some for walking, some for sunset. We got some in the river, some having croissants. So a little bit of everything. We've got a mixed bag here. So I think it goes to show there's absolutely something for everybody in Paris. If you guys are planning your first trip or just watching along, keeping it on your bucket list, we stay tuned. We can't wait to show you. This is one of our favorite cities in the world, and there's truly something for everybody, and it's just the most magical place. So absolutely stay tuned. Travel fun. This was fun. Um, you officially passed the Paris Rapid Fire Challenge. And if you want to see the real experience or behind the scenes, stay tuned for the Paris Diaries and make sure you are subscribed. So thanks, guys, for playing. And we look forward to checking in with you guys again next week. Bye, guys. Thanks again, Travel Fam. We had fun.